food shortage, water shortage, power cuts, no medicine, no money, no fuel, and apparently no future. To be Lebanese nowadays is to be heartbroken. This is the reality of the life of the Lebanese person living in Lebanon right now. It is a disaster made by the criminal negligence and the political elite that has forced its way into a dominant power and has orchestrated Lebanon's liquidity crisis. So in the previous episode, we talked about the rise and fall of the Lebanese economy. Yet, for a Lebanese expat, we have to dive into the rise of the Lebanese immigration. If you're liking this series, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, especially if you want more of this content. According to a Phoenician legend, Lebanon will die repeatedly and rise again from its ashes. Naturally, Beirut is nicknamed the Phoenix City because it was destroyed and rebuilt several times. So it's no surprise that the Phoenician bird remains to be a cherished symbol and hope for the Lebanese people. There is a quote from Walid Kanaan: "This is our country, a crazy country, crazy in its nightlife, crazy in its food and generosity. And no matter how crazy the situation gets, we can only say, we love you in your madness." Lebanon is crazy, however. It's crazy because it wants to live. So let's dive a little bit of the past of Lebanon. Between the years of 1870 and 1930, Lebanon, along with Palestine, Jordan, and Syria, was part of Bilad al-Sham, or Greater Syria. And in those years, 330,000 migrants left to the United States, specifically to New York, and that is almost 20% of the population. So what prompted this heavy stream of migration? The answer remains speculative, but on accounts to two Lebanese writers, Mikhail Asad Rustum and Salim Hassan Hashi, migrating to the US was a means to seek riches. Some say this was during the time where the silk economy collapsed and the people were looking for opportunities, specifically to the prospering lands of America. On the other hand, many of the Christian immigrants harbored a different view. It was a known fact that the Ottoman Turks were oppressing the Jewish and the Christian communities, imposing ridiculous tax charges, committing murder, and conscripting the Christian communities to the Ottoman army. Many of the Christians migrated to the US during 1870 and 1930, did so to avoid prosecution from the Ottoman Turks. Some were even tattooed with a small cross to identify them as Christians. So many of the Lebanese people who migrated to the US came back to their homeland. However, the ones who remained in the US greatly influenced and contributed to the changes in both the American society and the Lebanese community back in Lebanon. One of those luminaries was Yusuf Arbeli. He was born in Syria 1820 and had a great passion for knowledge. At a young age, he was exposed to different types of teachings and philosophies, both from the Greek Orthodox school that he attended and from the Muslim scholars that he secretly listened to. Soon enough, he began to study medicine and also taught Arabic to a number of American missionaries in the Middle East. In the 1860s, the Arbelo family moved back to Lebanon, and for the next 18 years, Yusuf, a student and an educator, later opened a school that provided medical courses. That school is now known as the American University in Beirut. In 1878, Yusuf began a new chapter in his life and relocated his family back to America. Now, why is any of this relevant? The Arbelo family played a major role in facilitating the large number of Lebanese immigrants to Ellis Island, New York. Now, with all this talk about immigration, one might begin to ask, what is the purpose of migration? Why would you leave your home, the country you love, the country you grew up in? Well, immigration is a continuity of life, and either through colonization, conflicts, wars, or violent dispossession, migration was a necessity to one's chance of survival. Lebanon has seen swarming surges of migration 3 times since the 1800s. First time was during the Ottoman Empire. The second largest wave was during the Civil War. And the third one has taken place in the most recent years due to economic crisis and irresponsible government. So why is this significant? it has a large impact on the Lebanese labor market, the increasing poverty rates, and pollution crisis. The internal strife of the Lebanese people is now steering away from their home. Many Lebanese are making the tough choice to actually leave their home country, family, friends. They bear the weight of the great loss on their shoulders with the hope of a brighter future abroad. Now, a lot of people don't want to stay in Lebanon. They want a stable life. And for them, their only chance to live is to leave, even at the expense of your own life. With a paralyzing number of 400 and 500 suicides per month, and many dying at sea by illegal immigration, it cannot be ignored that for a lot of Lebanese people, they have no choice. And with the recent diplomatic instability with some Gulf countries, it has made the matter even worse. So from this vantage point, the future of Lebanon is not looking so good, especially if the country is affiliated with an illicit money-sharing cartel that is sympathetic to patronage, nepotism, and kleptocracy, which muffles the voices of its people. All of them means all of them. It's a simple message that blames no single person or a sect, but points to the corrupt ruling elite as a whole. But despite the dismal future of Lebanon, those who have left the country have the opportunity and capability to use their voices, their networks, their social media presence to resurrect Lebanon from its ashes. Lebanon is a symbol of an old-aged love that continues to glow in its most transcendent form. It has faded over the years, but it never fails to ignite the heart of its people. Thank you for watching this mini documentary. If you like this content, please do leave me some suggestions in the comment down below, and make sure to watch this video over here, which is another mini documentary. Reach out to me on Instagram if you would like to have a chat. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.